Good morning. This is Chris Moore with Senior Remodeling Experts, exploring once again the topic of aging in place. The last time we spoke about the benefits of aging in place in a pretty general sense. Today we're going to drill down a little deeper in that. We're going to talk about what are the emotional and physical and economic or financial as well as societal benefits of aging in place. So we're going to take a little time and explore each one of these areas and talk about how and why aging in place, aging in community is a benefit to the person aging in place, their support system, their caregivers, their community, their family, and in many other areas. So again, those areas we're going to talk about are emotional, physical, financial, and societal. So let's start with emotional. What are the emotional benefits of aging in place? I often say that home is not just a house. It's the place where the rest of your life happens. There are so many emotions tied up with your home. You have memories, you have events, you have family. Oftentimes the home that you live in, you raise your kids in. You probably have pictures on the wall of your children growing up. You have pictures of your wedding. You have pictures of vacations. You have memories associated with that home. You may have a doorway where you have, the children's heights measured at different ages as they grew up. And though your children probably are long grown, and you may have grandchildren who are grown or on their way to being grown, but yet those marks on that doorway are a memory. They are a glimpse into the past. They're an anchor, if you will, to your life there in that home. And to uproot and to leave is in some ways to, leave those things behind and to sever emotionally that tie that you have where that place represents not just a place to live, but a place where your life happened. Also, emotional benefit of aging in place is the sense of privacy. That is your home. You have a sense that your home is your castle. You can close the doors. You can take the phone off the hook. You can pull the blinds, and you can, in some sense, shut out the outside world and have some alone time, have some privacy, have time to contemplate and to pray and to spend time, with your own thoughts and be able to have that sense of privacy, which is more important to some people than to others. People come with all different types of personalities. Some people are very outgoing and love constant companionship and being with others and involved in activities. And others are much more comfortable in the company of themselves and the quiet of their own thoughts and their own time alone. And so recognizing that difference, recognizing that diversity that we have in terms of what people find comforting, I think is very important, allowing people to make an informed choice about where they want to spend the rest of their lives and what kind of support systems and what kind of help they are interested in having. I am not in any way suggesting that aging in place is the correct solution for everybody. What I am suggesting is that people should have autonomy. People should have the right to make their own choices and their own decisions based on an informed choice, knowing what the options are, knowing what the pros and cons of various approaches might be. And finally, emotional benefit to aging in place is tranquility, the sense of just peace and belonging. I enjoy gardening. I find that spending time outside is very calming to me, and that home often can be that place where you have nurtured gardens, you have nurtured houseplants, you have pets that provide you with a great deal of comfort, and all of those things often are severed or disrupted if a person leaves their home, particularly under duress, to move into some sort of a senior living facility. The next area we're going to talk about is physical benefits of aging in place. And certainly after many years, we become comfortable in our homes. We know where everything is. We can often have routines of moving around our home that are comfortable and helpful to us, particularly if we begin to experience mobility impairments and sensory impairments. And certainly at that point, if you have followed my advice and had home modifications done or had a home built that has low barriers to entry, zero-step entry, accessible bathroom, that kind of thing, then certainly this becomes much more of a benefit. And also just the physical stress of moving, of having to pack up all your belongings, figure out what you're going to keep, what you're not going to keep, and then just moving to another environment can be very, very physically stressful and exhausting. So the physical benefits of aging in place are certainly something to keep in mind as you're considering this choice. And then the financial cost, the economic cost of moving, of selling your home, of buying a new home of some kind, of moving into senior living, the cost of long-term care, of nursing home level care, of assisted living, independent living. All of those living arrangements can be extremely costly and continue to get more and more costly as time goes on. So the economic benefits of staying at home are certainly in many cases substantial. And one of the issues that people sometimes have is, do I have too much house? Am I living in the home, where I raised my children and now there's just the two of us, or I'm living alone and it's more house than I really need or that I want. And sometimes there are those who, band together, the old TV show, The Golden Girls, where a number of ladies move in together is certainly something that I think is gaining popularity. Having a caregiver that can live with you is another option. And sometimes moving is the best choice. But again, having the knowledge, having the education to make an informed choice is, I think, very important. And last but not least, I think the societal benefits of aging in place is an area that does not get much discussion. We don't hear about this nearly as much as we do the other points. And I think that that's a shame, because I feel like the benefits to society of having our seniors, having those with a long life experience, with the wisdom that has been gained by living many decades on this earth, is something that we need as a society. I think that children have a lot to gain from older people, and older people have a lot to gain from children. And I think aging in community and having uh, neighborhoods, having societies where we interact with people of different age groups, of different cultural backgrounds, of different levels of understanding, makes us richer and more robust as a society. It helps us to be more empathetic with one another, helps us to understand each other better, and makes us better people all the way around. So to recap, I feel like that the emotional, the physical, the financial, and the societal benefits of aging in place are such that this should be an option that everybody takes a good look at and considers ahead of time, and think about, where do you want to spend the rest of your life? And if you decide that in your home is the place that you would like to do that, then planning ahead and looking at the various segments of successful aging in place, which are housing, healthcare, finances, transportation, and social and community interaction. And looking at each one of those pieces and putting together a plan to help you live the fullest life that you can, so that the rest of your life can be the best of your life. This is Chris Moore with Senior Remodeling Experts. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel. There will be many more videos to come. Have a great day.